Hello dear children, welcome to the maths class. Now last day we have seen about how to represent the operations of whole numbers on number lines. Now today we will be learning about the properties of whole numbers. Now, what do you mean by property? See, when we take our own example, amongst us there are many who are very good in sports activities. Some are very good in music, some are very good in arts, some are very good in drawing. Arts means drawing, and some are very good in doing this craft work. So that is their characteristic. They are good in that particular activity. That is their characteristic. We'll say their characteristics. Same way, the numbers also have got their own characteristics. We call them as its property. One more example I'll tell you. See, in science classes you would have learned about solids, liquids and gases. See, when you take generally the liquids, there are certain things which are applicable only for liquids. What is that? Liquid doesn't have any color, it doesn't have any order, then it takes the shape of the container. Can we say that solids take the shape of the container? No, solids doesn't take the shape, they have a shape of its own. So that is the property of solid, and the liquid takes the shape of the container in which we are pouring it. That is a property of a liquid. Same way, the whole numbers or any number you take, they have their own properties. So today we will be learning about the properties of whole numbers. Now let us take some examples to arrive at these properties of whole numbers. Suppose you take two whole numbers, say 2 and 3, and you are adding it. 2 plus 3. What is the result of 2 plus 3? It is 5. 2 plus 3 is 5. We know it's 2 plus 3 is 5. Now 2 is a whole number. 3 is also a whole number. When you add two whole numbers, the result or the sum is again a whole number. 5 is also a whole number. So adding two whole numbers, the result is also a whole number. Any example you take, 100 plus 200. 100 is a whole number, 200 is another whole number. So 100 plus 200 will give you 300, which is again a whole number. So you are adding two whole numbers, the result is also a whole number. This property in which when you add two numbers of the same type, the result is also the same type of number. We call it as closure property. What is it called as? Closure. Closure property. Because when you are adding these two whole numbers, result is also whole number. We write the property as a statement. The statement is, we say whole numbers are closed under addition. Whole numbers are closed under addition. What is the meaning? When you add two whole numbers, the result is also a whole number. The property, we call it as closure property. And what is that property? How will you state that property? Whole numbers are closed under addition. This is one operation, addition. Now let us take the operation of multiplication. Take two examples, same example. 2 into 3. 2 is a whole number, 3 is also a whole number. When you multiply two whole numbers, what is the result? 2 into 3? 6. 6 is what type of number? It is also a whole number. So when you are multiplying 2 with 3, here 2 and 3 are whole numbers. The result 6 is also a whole number. You take any whole number. 5 into 10. 5 is a whole number, 10 is a whole number. 5 into 10 you will get 50, which is again a whole number. So when you multiply two whole numbers, the result is also a whole number. So how do you state this closure property for multiplication? Multiplication, whole numbers are closed under multiplication. So two things we got from this in the closure property. Whole numbers are closed under addition and multiplication. Is it clear? Let us go for subtraction. Say 5 minus 4. What is 5 minus 4? 1. 5 is a whole number, 4 is a whole number. The result is also a whole number. When you subtract 4 from 5, you are getting 1. Okay, that is true. You take 20 minus 10. 20 is a whole number, 10 is also a whole number. The result is 20 minus 10, 10, which is also a whole number. That also agreed. Now suppose you have 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. 1 is a whole number. This one is also a whole number. The result 0. 0 is also a whole number. That is also agreed. Now suppose you take 3 minus 4. 3 minus 4. From a smaller quantity you are subtracting a larger quantity. It is not possible and you will not get an answer. Of course you will get an answer, but that is a different type of number about which you will be learning in the later classes. So the answer for this is not a whole number because this will be something less than 0. 3 minus 4. It will be something going beyond 0. So whole numbers begin from where? From 0 only. So if the answer is up to 0, then we can say, okay, it is a whole number. If it is going beyond 0, towards the left, it is going beyond 0, then it is not a whole number. So when you subtract 4 from 3, the result is not a whole number. But here the result, in these 3 cases, the results, it is a whole number. So can we say that whole numbers are closed under subtraction? It is not. Why? Because sometimes you get a whole number as the result, sometimes it is not a whole number. Now coming to division, let us take 4 divided by 2. What do you get? 4 divided by 2 is 2. 10 divided by 5. What is 10 divided by 5? 2. To take 20 divided by 5. 20 divided by 5, 4. Now in all these cases, all these are whole numbers. When you are dividing two whole numbers, the result is also whole number. But suppose you are taking 2 divided by 4. This concept you have already learned in your class 5. 2 divided by 4 means it is 2 by 4. Is this a whole number? It is not a whole number, complete number. It is not a complete number. So in these cases it is a whole number, but here it is not a whole number. So can we say that the closure property holds good for division? No. So in general about the closure property, what we can say is whole numbers are closed under addition and multiplication, but not under subtraction and division. Whole numbers are closed under addition and multiplication, but not under subtraction and division. So what is closure property? If you add two numbers, the result is also the same type of number, then we say that property to be closure property. And we say that particular number is closed under which operation? So in case of whole numbers, they are closed under addition and multiplication only, not closed for subtraction and division. Is it clear? So the first property what you have learned is closure property. Now let us take another one example. Okay, you take 2 plus 3. What is 2 plus 3? 2 plus 3 is 5. Now I am going to find what is 3 plus 2. 3 plus 2. What is 3 plus 2? 3 plus 2 is also 5. What I have done here? Here I have written 2 first, then 3. So with 2 I am adding 3. What do I get? 5. Here what did I do? With 3 I am adding 2. What is the result? The resultant is also the same 5. But what happened here? I have changed the order in which I write the numbers. Here 3 is written second, but here 3 is written as the first number. But does that cause any change for our answer, for the result? No, the result remains the same. So here when you add two whole numbers, the result remains the same even if the order in which the numbers are written changes. This property we call it as commutative property. What is it called as? Commutative property. Commutative property. So you understood the concept of commutative property? That is, if you add two numbers in any order, if the result remains the same, then that property is called as commutative property. So here we will state that property as addition is commutative for whole numbers. The statement for the property is addition is commutative for whole numbers. Now let us see for other operations also. Let us go for multiplication. Say 2 into 3. What is 2 into 3? 6. Then I'm going to change the order. 3 into 2. What is 3 into 2? 3 into 2 is also 6. So the result remains the same. Same answer you are getting. Whether you write 2 first or 3 first, the result remains the same. So how do you give that statement? Multiplication is commutative for whole numbers. Let us go for subtraction. Say 4 minus 2. 4 minus 2 is 2. Now what about 2 minus 4? I am changing. 2 minus 4, here you are having a larger number to be subtracted from a smaller number. Will you get the same 2? No. You will be getting a value about which I told you we will be learning later. It will not be anyway 2. So here the result is not the same. So what you can say? Subtraction is not commutative for whole numbers. Same way let us go for division. Say 4 divided by 2. What is 4 divided by 2? 2. What is 2 divided by 4? Is it equal to 2? It is not equal to 2. So how you can state that division is not commutative for whole numbers? So in general, how you will say the commutative property for whole numbers? Addition and multiplication are commutative for whole numbers, whereas subtraction and division are not commutative. Is it clear? So here we have taken just two numbers. Suppose we take more than two numbers, 3 or 4 numbers taken together, three numbers taken together, then the property changes its name. We call the property as associative property. We'll see the examples. Associative property. What is associative property? So suppose you are having 3 whole numbers. Okay, 2 plus 3 plus 4. What is 2 plus 3? 5. 5 plus 4? 9. Now I am going to change the order of the numbers. I am going to write 4 first. So 4 plus 3 plus 2. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 2 is 9. Again I am going to change the order. I am going to write 3 first. 3 plus 4 plus 2. 3 plus 4 is 7 plus 2 is 9. Now see, in all these cases, the result remains the same. In whichever order I put the numbers, the result remains the same. So this property is known as associative property. And how you can say the statement? Addition is associative for whole numbers. Same way, let us do for multiplication. 2 into 3 into 4. What is 2 into 3? 6. 6 into 4? 24. Change the order. 4 into 3 into 2. 4 into 3 is 12. 12 into 2? 24. Change the order. 3 into 2 into 4. 3 into 2? 6. 6 into 4? 24. Here also you see the result remains the same. So how you can say the statement? Multiplication is associative for whole numbers. But going for subtraction and division, since subtraction and division are not commutative, if it is not possible for 2 numbers, will it be possible for more than 2 numbers? It is not possible. If you change the order, you will not get the same result. So how you can say about associative property? Subtraction and division are not associative for whole numbers. So understood the 3 properties, which are the closure property, commutative property and associative property. Closure means if you add, subtract, multiply or divide two numbers, same type of number, if the result is also the same type of number, we can say it as closure property. So according to for our whole numbers, how you can say? Whole numbers are closed under addition and multiplication but not under subtraction and division. Now coming to commutative property. What is commutative property? Even if you change the order of the numbers, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, if the result is the same, then we can say it is commutative. In case of whole numbers, how do you get it as? Only addition and multiplication is commutative for whole numbers. Subtraction and division are not commutative for whole numbers. Since addition and multiplication are commutative, they are also associative. Associative property is for how many? More than two numbers. If you take more than two numbers. And subtraction and division are not associative for whole numbers. So have you understood the properties? Closure, commutative and associative property. Thank you, children.